So
That's it at this point.
okay.
Okay, Garden is based on the classic novel The Secret Garden. I'm delighted that Beth will be reading this tonight, as she inspired me to write this book by giving me a copy of it last year. I tried to put loads of positive energy into the words and I wrote it. It's published by Autumn Orchard and edited by Dan Thompson, who is a poet. Dan made the snow crispier and the apple fragrant. The best thing that's happened so far is because of Garden, is that Mack Perry, the lead singer of Agony in the Garden, a rock band in America, read the book and was inspired to write a song about the scene where the children materialised rain. His new EP will be out soon. Please look him up online and support his music. Beth is going to read her favourite scene from Garden. That's all I've got. Beth.
Hi everyone. What I like about Jane's work is that not only does she write a really imaginative novel, but she managed to write short stories that she puts inside her novels as well. So this is a chapter that's a short story within Garden. But it starts off at the end of chapter 4. So, Maisie pushed record on the chapter machine, and then they both sat on the floor, cross-legged, in front of the dragon painting. Aberdeen could feel the excitement burst through her veins. She clenched her fists in exhilaration, and the thrill of what was about to come was obvious in her animation. A brand new story I've never heard of, she thought. Perfect. Maisie began her tale. Chapter 5.5. Dragon story. Once upon a time, in the faraway kingdom of Uzbekistan, a noble man was entrusted with the care of his most beautiful daughter, Sorsha. Sorsha had a smile that would light a room and would charm the birds from the trees. She had many admirers, but her father felt that none of them were worthy of her hand in marriage. Sorsha's beauty became so famous that many suitors travelled great distances just to spend time in her company. Her father was a busy man, and keeping an eye on all the gentlemen callers was turning into a full-time job. Fed up, he built a high turret on top of his castle where his daughter would stay and employed a large dragon to patrol around it. The dragon breathed fire at everyone who came within a hair's breadth of the turret, but her father was not totally mean. He built a viewing platform so that the suitors could climb and admire Sorsha from a suitable distance. He also allowed letters and small presents to be delivered to her by the flying fish, which were on friendly terms with the dragon and were allowed to pass unscathed. Their scales glinting in the sun's rays, all the colours of a rainbow. This went on for many years, and news of Sorsha's great beauty spread far and wide, right to the distant corners of the other side of the world, to a country called Landen, where a young prince lived. Unhappy with the maidens in his own kingdom, the prince got in his airship and set out on a great quest to seek the fair Sorsha. The prince gathered his most trusted men about him and told them of his plan, and to make preparations in haste. He ordered that his airship be made ready and a suit of new royal clothes for his journey. On the day of the flight, everyone in the kingdom came to see him off. A tremendous party atmosphere with fireworks and picnicking and the royal brass band playing and tooting and ballyhooing with energetic finesse. The queen sat on her throne, dressed in all her finest regalia, and waved a thin white hanky in the air and let a tear slip from the corner of her eyes as the ship rose into the air and away from view. On board the airship, the prince made sure that everyone's uniforms were pressed and their shoes were shined and moustaches waxed. The captain of the airship, Lord Brahman, had carefully plotted the course and set off steadily on the long and treacherous journey. The prince endured many trials on his journey, braving magnificent storms and dangerous lightning until he at last arrived. It was a hot afternoon in Uzbekistan, and the prince climbed the platform to gaze out with affection at the beautiful Sorsha. There and then, the prince proclaimed his love to her and went to her father, stating that his intentions were honourable, for he was a prince of Landen. Even with the magnificent prince's offer, Sorsha's father could not bring himself to part with his precious daughter, so he rejected his offer and sent him away. The prince, who was used to getting his own way, sought out a local who lived in a small cottage nearby and asked for her advice. The witch was old and hunched with long, bony fingers and smelled strongly of vinegar. The prince wanted to hold his nose, but instead, a little fearful, offered her 3 gold coins, which the witch refused. After hearing the prince's plight, the witch said, "There's a poison that is strong enough to kill the dragon outright." The witch told the prince, "I'll give it to you, but I want something in return. Anything, anything," the prince said desperately. With her twisted stick, the witch drew a map in the damp soil. "Thousands of miles from here, over many days of rough travel," she said, "there is a magical land full of giants. The giants guard a tomb that holds a magical key. You'll need to slay the giants and get the key, but that's not all. You'll need to swim down into the deepest part of the ocean to find a sunken chest that's protected not only by the sharks, but also by an evil mermaid. But beware, my young prince, she can change her shape from a great beauty into a horrible hag. Once you've slain them all, you need to turn the key in the lock of the chest and bring me a golden ring that's hidden inside. If you bring that ring to me, I shall give you the poison for the dragon." The prince thought long and hard about what the witch had asked for. That evening, he climbed the platform once more and gave a note for the flying fish to deliver to Sorcerer. "Dear Sorcerer," it said, "this is my address. If you ever get out of the town, please write to me, love your future prince." And with that, he climbed aboard his airship again and flew away into the sunset.
Thank you, everybody. We're going to put the music on again. Nothing.
Great, isn't it? I burst out laughing when I read that. It's so unexpected.
Do you want your...
Thank you.
Okay.